there is a heliport. Not sure I should say which one it is, but it's in Indianapolis, Indiana. It is an interesting one because there is a corporation that actually owns the heliport. So there's that party. Then there's the hospital that utilizes the heliport. So that's a third party or a second party. Then you have the Part 135 certificate holders who operate in and out of it. So there's a third party. Now, that particular heliport actually has an instrument procedure attached to it. So you have an IFR, Instrument Flight Rules, approach and departure to that location. Now, one thing that's never supposed to happen is an airport or heliport that has instrument procedures attached to it should always be in the Airport Master Record database, and it should have a location identifier.
Of course.
By accident, I found this particular location didn't have an identifier and wasn't in the Airport Master Record. So if let's say you're a drone operator and you're flying through that area, there is nothing to tell you that there is a heliport there, let alone it's an IFR heliport. So imagine in your mind, you're doing drone delivery systems through this area. You have no idea this exists.
Exactly.
Pilots flying in IFR conditions, and he's shooting the approach, and he's breaking out at maybe 350 feet, and drones are allowed to fly up to 400 feet, not in the clouds, hopefully, but there's not a lot of room for error there. So when we look at if something like that were to occur, it would be catastrophic potentially. But the other side of the coin is the complacency on so many different parts, on so many different levels, would open up a lawsuit that you could not imagine. And I would be interested to see a legal standpoint on could we sue the federal government because of the lack of oversight.
Yeah, and it's funny you should say that because I think that a lot of things actually happen like that. We wait until accidents happen. We wait until lawsuits happen.
We always say
then we finally get moving.
All regulations are written in blood.
Yeah, well, and very good point. Good point there. But not too long ago, an aircraft, can't remember if it was American Airlines or whoever, struck a drone, and you could see the damage on that thing. That was pretty bad. So
I mean, you have a pretty good closure rate. It's going to do damage. Yeah. I think there's
that velocity.
We look at that BV loss, and we look at some of the latest things that have come out and asking for input. One of the areas that I did a research paper with our good friend Cliff Johnson over at the FAA at the Technical Center there in Atlantic City. We did a deep dive in the data and the database, and published a paper through Vertical Flight Society on where the gaps were, gave it to the FAA and said, okay, here's some of the problems. One, our accountability is terrible. The accuracy level is terrible.